So, what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, July 3rd, Canada Day weekend, Pride weekend, holiday weekend, the beginning of Reverend Ann Denicio's ministry with Jubilee United Church. There was a lot today. So, yes, we celebrated and prayed for our friends who have been celebrating Pride Month and Pride Week and parading and walking and celebrating on Friday and Saturday and later today. We acknowledged how wonderful it is to have the gifts of so many people shared. And we recognized how important it is to have a place where we can be who we are, to speak our truth and be welcomed for it, to be engaged for it, and not feel that we have to be other than we truly are. We celebrated the ministry of Reverend Ann Denicio, who begins a 2-year appointment with us today, and we celebrated that kind of ministry, a ministry that we can engage in together, a ministry that draws all of our gifts, invites all of us that we might live God's love in the community, that we might share understanding and work toward justice, that we might engage with God in parades and in quiet, private times and everything in between. And in the midst of that, we heard the story from 2 Kings of Naaman the leper, who's not only a leper, he's also a general, a celebrated general. And so I took the time to tell the story, to retell the story, to open it up a little bit and recognize myself in the story and invite others to recognize themselves as well. Naaman is a general and a leper. In the same way that many of us are heroic in some people's eyes, and yet deep down inside we recognize flaws or weaknesses, or we feel pains that others don't see. And what Naaman really wants is wholeness, to bring himself together, to be cured of his leprosy, or simply to be able to let go of that pain and to be who he truly is. And there's so many ways to look at that metaphorically, so many ways that are relevant to right now, and so many ways that are personally relevant. And in it, he gets the advice from his wife's serving girl that he should go and speak to the prophet that is in Israel, the prophet Elisha. And I reminded us that a prophet is not a doctor or a miracle worker or a healer. A prophet speaks for God. It's as if she said to him, if you want to be whole, you should speak to God. And so he decides he wants to. But along the way, it becomes dramatic, and people get carried away, and people imagine agendas, and it all seems so recognizable. We want to talk to God, and yet somehow we turn it into a great big thing, and it becomes dramatic. And then people begin to wonder about our real motives, and we try to make them feel bad because we want to talk to God. And so I wandered through that story, I hope, with the congregation. And at the end, as he bathes, as he lowers himself into the Jordan 7 times, together we began to imagine what it's like to let go of our hurt and our pain, our leprosy, the thing that keeps us separate, that we might be whole. And at the end of the story, there is a celebration. There is a sense of God's presence, and there is wholeness for Naaman. And I believe that all those things are true for us in 2016. And so that's the story that we told today. And we sang, and we laughed, and it was a good day. And it would have been that much better if you'd been with us too. So hopefully we'll get to see you soon. But until then, well, God bless, and know that we miss you.